Dr. Jazz.
Is this like a working band you have now? Like
well, there are no working bands in jazz
anymore, right? Yeah. Okay.
you missed the 90s, my friend.
Yeah. No.
It's you know, like I like to keep a community of musicians that I play with. So Brandi Disterheft on bass and Dmitri Kolesnik. Who you got? Chris Beck on bass, on drums.
Yeah.
Antoine, Drye on trumpet. And unfortunately, the tenor player killed himself. So his name was Zed Harris, a wonderful young man.
Oh, wow.
Tremendous talent. And he recorded it in January and then murdered himself in July. So it was a labor of love. And a lot of those tunes that I wrote on it, they were like, I wrote those tunes throughout the course of my career. So I would go back and, well, you know, a lot of that stuff like Do You Remember Me?
Mm-hmm.
That was a work in progress for 15 years because I just kept adding on to it. If you notice that song, it just keeps going.
Mm.
I just couldn't hear it. I just kept writing. I didn't do a repeat. So I just kept going. Keep going. And it has that type of
flow.
Did it repeat?
Yeah.
Or it just has that continuous motion so that took a long time, but you know, it was, you know, I tell you, this is my best record. Definitely.
How do you write music? Let's say Blackers Black's Revenge. I love that one, man. I played that like so many times. And
thank you.
I love the groove and you know the accents. And how do you come up with a tune usually? Where do you start with a melody or with harmony or rhythm or?
Well, with that particular tune, I'll tell you the story of Black and Black.
Oh, please.
I used to you know, like, yeah, you have that element of I rarely start a tune if I don't hear it here first. If I don't imagine it, it's not gonna get written. Because I'll be sitting up there just daydreaming and then it'll come. That's why I mean that for me, some people write like, okay, look at this. I'm gonna write this, connect this to that and connect that to that. I can't write like that because, yeah, I mean, I can go on the piano and theoretically write some stuff, but I find like, if I don't hear it here and imagine it, I can't see the band.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I can't see the drummer like doing that shit. You know what I mean? I gotta see, if I'm gonna do a big band, I gotta see myself in a suit and conducting. I gotta visualize it first.
Yeah.
If I can't visualize it, it's not happening. Everything that you do starts with a thought.
Yeah.
Nothing gets. You don't go, yeah, everything is a thought. Everything, that shirt you wearing, somebody thought of that. The body that we live in, Allah thought of that. You know, everything is a thought.
Yeah.
That's how the process, it doesn't, if you know a better way, tell me. So what I'll do is, I'll think about, if I say, even if I have to write a tune, I'll sit and think for a while. And I'll let it come. Because isn't that what we do when we think? We imagine. Yeah. I'll use my imagination. That's what imagination is for. So I'll maybe, and that tune, Black and Black, my roommate at the time was a guy named Larry Banks. He's a drummer. And for all you musicians out there, never live with drummers. If you got a roommate and he walk in with a bag of sticks, lullaby his ass or her. Send them straight out the door. Say, no, thank you. I want a tenor player or a trumpet player with a mute.
Exactly.
Okay, I just wanted to say that because I had 3 drum roommates. Don't do it. Look at the bags under my arm. Now with him, with Larry Banks, this dude, every morning or whenever time we get up and he's shedding, he got to tell me about the drummer he saw the night before. And it was the same rhythm. It was la 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 la. I'm like, dude, do you know another rhythm? He would be like, oh, Wonsey, I saw Chris Beck play. He was la 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 la. Wonsey. Yeah, Larry. Man, I saw Elvin Jones, man. It's killing. Yeah. He was la 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 la.
Oh man.
Wonsey. What, Larry? Man, Lewis Hayes was killing. Oh yeah? Man, he was la 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 la.
Oh man.
Really? He did that? Man. La la la. That rhythm. Look at my face. Look at my face.
Oh man.
Look. That rhythm haunts me.
Yeah, I see that.
That rhythm haunts me. And it was so much in my head, I had to break away from the monotony. And I had da 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 da.
Yeah.
Just to break the monotony from my head.
That's a good.
I wrote that song out of frustration of Larry Banks.
Good. So let's thank him. It's a good. It's a good
So
composition.
you can thank Larry Banks, and then he calls himself Black of Black. So I put Black of Black's Revenge.
Okay, so thanks, Larry, man. So it's a good tune. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, man. But you mentioned Elvin. I watched the other day. There's like some footage on YouTube with you and Elvin, and it's killing, man. And I just wanted to ask you, like, how did you join Elvin's group? When did that happen? How did the call happen?
Oh well, yeah. Javon Jackson. Javon Jackson got me. I had to say, shout out to Javon Jackson because he got me that gig and it was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
And I learned put it this way. I went to Berklee College of Music, got my bachelor's. I also got a BA in life from Elvin Jones.
Yeah.
Now, the one with Berklee will allow me to walk through society with a piece of paper. But trust and believe, the lessons I learned with Elvin is way more better.
Oh, sure. That's
okay. I would go to Elvin's room. And see, this is another thing about the scene too. And I don't care anymore. Because what this COVID thing did, it just woke me up. And all this wars and all this stuff, it just, I'm not saying anything to hurt people's feelings or whatever. Shit, I need to hurt my own feelings because the truth goes for all, including myself. Elvin, when you hear Elvin, first of all, Elvin's beat is the most signature jazz, quote unquote, jazz beat. Because, I hear what Nicholas said about the word, but I've been using jazz the term so long that it's just, part of my vernacular. So when I say jazz, I know what he means, and I don't want to keep perpetuating that word, because it is a derogatory word. It is. Jazz is short for jizz. You know what jizz is? Jizz is male sperm. It's a nickname for all you people that don't know. Jizz means cum, a man's cum, sperm. And because this was played in the jizz houses, the whore houses, and this was the music that was being played in the whore houses in the background. That's why they call it jizz. That's why they call it jazz. They just changed the jizz to jazz. So it was a white man's way of saying nigga music. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Elvin Jones. That beat that Elvin plays is the most signature beat that drummers play when they play jazz. And they all do it loud. They all do it loud and in your face, and with that stupid ass look on their face, like they killing. Yeah. Now, playing with Elvin, the first thing, now hearing that beat and having half of my ear damage from playing with drummers like that, I ain't saying all you drummers, because every drummer in the world knows that beat. I'm not saying all you drummers. So y'all figured out who's the who. I'm not gonna say shit, because every time I talk truth, I'm talking about myself too. So what goes for the goose goes for the gander, just to let it be known. Yeah. So that beat, that signature beat, has destroyed my ear because of the loudness. Yeah. But playing with Elvin, I realized, wait, is that the beat? Because it's so soft and pleasant. And I can hear myself. Oh, it is him. It's the real guy. Oh, this is what it means by having a sound. Oh, this is what it means by hitting the drum, but don't beat the drum. Thank you, Elvin. Thank you, Allah, for showing me this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's the truth. I would go by Elvin's room, and he's practicing with two big ass sticks on a pillow, practicing his rudiments. That's how he got that sound. That it's called control. Yeah. Control and sound. Because that beat was magical. It made you feel his beat wrapped around your body like an armor. And with that armor, it felt like you can go out there and just go to war and not get shot. Anything you play is going to fall into his spectacle of rhythmic complexity. Because any note you throw out is going to go into that whirlwind of sound. Oh, that's a off note. He caught it because his beat is so open. Some drummers have a tight beat. Some drummers have different drummers play. We all play different. Yeah. And we all play different. We all look different. Everybody don't like each other's beat. Everybody. That's how life is. You don't like everybody. Sure. You respect everybody. You should respect everybody, but you ain't gotta like everybody. You ain't gotta. We live in this lie that we gotta love everybody. We ain't gotta love. You ain't gotta do shit. Yeah. That's bullshit. You don't have to love everybody. You don't even have to like everybody, but you should respect everybody. And that's the truth. Because I don't like everybody. Matter of fact, I have some people that I hate.
Sure.
And we all do. If you don't, you're lying. Sure. You're lying. But even the people that I hate, I respect. Okay? So, musically, Elvin had a beat that everybody liked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That everybody liked. If you play with Elvin, you'll love it. You know why? Because his beat had had a 3-type perpetual. It felt like you was in 3.
Yeah.
He would be swinging, bang,
Exactly.
bang, 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 bang. You got that 3-like motion. And you know God works in threes. You know that. That's what they say. And it kind of makes sense because Elvin, man, I tell you, man, anything I played, and I noticed that because when I first started playing with Elvin, it gave me a false sense of security. I would come back to New York and look at all those drummers that used to bully me around, and I would come in like the OK Corral in the jazz club. And I walk in and I see that drummer that bullied me, and he'll look at me like, yeah, you sad motherfucker, you ready for me tonight? And I'm like, yeah, I got some shit for your ass. Because I've been playing with Elvin. Come out there. And then we'll get on stage and I get my ass kicked. And I'm like, damn. Why did this motherfucker just kick my ass? But when I was in Elvin, I felt it was Elvin. That's when that conscience was like, it was Elvin. You ain't that bad. Matter of fact, you still sad. You should be going practice. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be hanging out here. You should be at home doing some scales. Because Elvin will do that to you. Elvin will help you. And see, that's what a great musician does. A lot of musicians, see, that's what I learned from him too. I learned not to complain about other musicians. On the bandstand. Do it off stage. Talk shit behind them, behind their back. But on the stage, you try to uplift them.
Yeah.
That's what Elvin did. That's what I learned from Elvin. He made this mediocre piano player sound like McCoy Tyner. Or he made me feel like McCoy. He didn't make me sound. Because I checked the tape. I'm like, that's McCoy's lick, but that ain't McCoy. But he made me feel like McCoy. Yeah. When no other can make me feel. Now, when I realized that, it gave me humility because I was never the kind of like, you sad, like, no. But in my mind, I'd be like, you motherfucker, you don't know these changes, you sad, when somebody can do that to me. So what I like I say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So what I say about another person, it's only because somebody said it about me. So let me just be straight. Now, when I was doing that, when I used to do that more in my mind, I don't do that in my mind anymore because you could change your thought, you could change your mouth, but if you don't change your thinking, nothing's going to change. So in my mind, I would be like, I would get with somebody that, not as advanced or who I didn't think that was advanced, my opinion. And I was going, who's a sad motherfucker? Why you even up here? Get your ass off this stage. And I had that mentality. And Elvin taught me to don't do that. Don't think like that. Because if Elvin could play with a sad cat like me and make me sound good, who am I to do that to somebody else? Because as the Quran says, do as the others, as you would want to be done to yourself, those are true words. So I had to change that. And Elvin taught me to change that. By making me sound good and knowing in my heart how sad I am. And I felt fortunate. Elvin gave me gratitude.
Yeah.
Elvin gave me gratitude. And from that gratitude, it allowed me to humble myself. Not that I was never an ego-driven person, but in my mind, I would say some horrendous things.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like we all do.
Sure.
I'm just speaking truth.
Sure. Yeah, I can believe. I mean, he was, incredible. What was history? of course, you know.
Yeah. All right, you know, another, I'm gonna tell you one more, I'll tell you one more Elvis story. First night of my gig, I was nervous. And I was the you know, Elvin had this smile. Have you ever met Elvin?
No, unfortunately, never.
Well, Elvin
I saw him live. I saw him live play once. Yeah.
Elvin was the most realest human being. What you saw is what you got.
Mm.
And he didn't hide his emotions. He was always a happy person, like that big smile.
Yeah.
But I would see him like, you know, and you know, he wasn't phony at all. And so I found that out the first night. So I'm playing, we played, and we're in California, and I can't believe I'm playing with Elvin. I mean, this is absolute dream come true. But is it going to be a one night stand, or are we going to have a relationship? Because I'm in love.
Yeah.
So I'm in the dressing room. You know, it's like just kind of like, you know, self is talking, and usually about now they're telling me how good I sound and how swinging I was. It's not happening, so I decided. Well, let me speed things along. So I'm like, it's just the guy leaves the interview, Elvin's interview, because he get interviewed. And I'm in the dressing room with Elvin. And I'm like, just like he's smoking a cigarette. You know, in this Elvin world, you know, being by himself, doing his thing. And I take it upon myself to go fishing.
Yeah.
You know, I take it upon myself to go fishing. So in that process, I go, say, Elvin, you know, and when you playing, I noticed that, you know, your beat is wide open. You sound great. Do you want me to play? Would you like if the next time we played, if ever we to play again, would you like take out this bullshit? Would you like for me to play behind the beat or ahead of the beat if we were to play again? And as I'm talking, his smile is like,
shit. Okay.
And as I'm seeing his face just change, my words are getting slower and slower. And then finally, it's complete silence. And my arms are, I'm sweating now just thinking about it. So finally I was like, I just shut up. And then he said, he goes, motherfucker. Just like this. Motherfucker. This music is about honesty. And walks out the room.
Wow. Wow.
My hair, I could feel, it was like, I remember, I'll never forget, because the shit was so cold. I never got dissed that cold and loved it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was something out of a movie.
Yeah.
And it was like, I finally saw my bullshit for the first time. Like I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh shit, it's me. Look at me.
Amazing.
And
speaking of that time, I mentioned before Anthonyology, and how did that happen? And I mean, it starts with McCoy's Inception, you know, and
that was a record. That was just the record that when I first got to New York, Vincent Herring and Carl Allen had I was working with Carl Allen.
Yeah.
And he had an album on Atlantic. It was Testimonial. And
yeah,
then I would like to say,
I love that record.
Yeah. And so, let me see. So Carl I was fortunate enough to get a record company through Carl and Vincent through their label. I don't want to say that it wasn't Alpha. Alpha was, I think, it was Alpha Records. A Japanese label. They were producers of Alpha's Alpha Records from Japan, and it was a wonderful opportunity. I was very, very thankful and have tremendous gratitude for that, because that was, to think about coming to New York and then getting there's piano players been here. To me, I didn't think that, like, I play way better now. So at that time, when I can't even listen to that record because I didn't think I was glad to do the record, but deep down inside, I was like, I want to do a quartet record, because trio was just like, first of all, I wasn't playing trio gigs.
Oh yeah.
So
sure. Yeah.
I was doing quintet and quartet gigs mostly, and that's where the comfort was. So when I played those records, I just hear myself stepping out of my comfort zone, which is not a bad thing, but
that's a good thing. Yeah,
it's but you know what? The thing about stepping out of your comfort zone is you do things to save pride. You know what I mean? Because that's what pride is. Pride is an emotion that, like, well, I'm not here, but I'll do this anyway. So when I listen to that record, I hear myself doing things that I just don't mean to do because I didn't hear it. I just did it because it was a reaction of my fingers. Now I play, it's a reaction of the mind. It's a difference. It's a big difference.
Yeah, but it's a killing record still, man. I mean,
Oh, thank you. Now, Lorraine's Lullaby is my first record where it was a process of the mind, because all the other records were, okay, the record company, they want you to do they chose some of the tunes that I did. And I was like, okay, I was just glad to do the record.
Oh, wow, okay.
And of course I did my originals, but it was like, okay, we want a Wynton Kelly. They wanted to be, it's always a concept. What people don't realize is a lot of these records are just a lot of these records out here are frustrated, rich, white men who can't play. So what they do is they get a bunch of talented musicians, white and black musicians, and whoever can play, whoever they like, they playing. But guarantee you, the people that's controlling these things, very few of them are black. These are frustrated white men who can't play. And even the critics, they're frustrated white men who can't play. That's all it is. This is the interview that just speaks truth.
Yeah.
Because I have no fear. I have no fear. Some of these producers who did great records, they let their artists do their own thing. But a lot of these companies, the big companies, they're ruled by frustrated, untalented, rich white businessmen, and who have an idea of what they want. Oh, let me do how about a record of the Beatles? The Beatles plays Monk. How about that?
Yeah.
And the artist, being the slave, goes, okay, I guess so. I'll do it. You want an artist? I'll do it. And next thing you know, you see online, Monk plays the Beatles.
Yeah, for instance, yeah.
And you wonder, Monk is a bad motherfucker playing the Beatles. No, what? Monk just trying to get paid and pay his rent and feed Nelly.
Yeah.
That's all Monk doing. And so Monk, on the grand scheme, the whole society looks at Monk and say, Monk likes the Beatles. The Beatles some bad motherfuckers. And that's how it works. When you see an artist, you're seeing the representation of a rich white motherfucker living vicariously through that artist.
Yeah.
An untalented, rich white motherfucker who got a pile of money and say, hey, I can't do it, but you can do it, and I'm gonna put my name on it. And when I'm looking at you on stage doing your thing, I'm feeling proud because I did that. I made you. Is that the truth?
Yeah, many times with labels, yeah. I mean,
yes.
Especially with big ones, yeah.
Go fuck yourselves, all of you. Kiss my ass.
But Anthony, I wanted to ask you about that time, also the 90s, your period with Nicholas Payton.
I love him. That's my brother.
Yeah,
I'll die. That's one man I would jump in front of the bullet.
When is the first time you guys hooked up, actually?
Him and Richard Brown. Huh?
When is the first time you guys actually hooked up, music-wise? And
I'm just speaking truth, so this is gonna be some funny shit.
Oh, cool.
I hated Nicholas when I first met him.
How come?
We were mortal enemies, at least in my mind. He wasn't even thinking about my sad ass. Because I had a girlfriend at the time, I'm not gonna say her name, but she broke my heart in Boston. And he was from New Orleans. So I became like, you know, like in serial killers, I watched some serial killer documentaries, and I noticed with these crazy dudes, you know, one girl will break their heart and they're like, I'm killing all you bitches.
Exactly.
So when that trumpet player, who I would name nameless, everybody's nameless, but when that trumpet player stole my girlfriend, I hated every trumpet player from New Orleans, including Nicholas Payton. So when I joined Carl Allen's band and I heard that accent, hey, Fuddy, how you doing? That dark music came on. And I didn't speak for Nicholas for a whole year in the band.
Oh, man.
But Nicholas don't speak to nobody. So Nicholas is quiet, you know. Nicholas, you know, so I didn't know this. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, he vibing, you know, musician, cat vibing. But when that man put that horn to his mouth, I was like, damn, he's up. God, gee, he playing all this. That's when I thought he just played trumpet. Then after the show, he get on the piano, play all my stuff back. Oh, now when you hate somebody and they that bad, it's even worse. It's worse. The agony is worse. He's looking at you, playing your shit and smiling. So you leave the room, every night you leaving like, fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you. So, but this is all the mental shit going on in Carl Allen's brain. So finally one day, after a year, Nicholas comes up to me and says, "Say, bye. I'm doing this radio interview. we got to play live. You want to play? I need a piano player. I said, now all that, this is a musician too. Because musicians, we some fickle people. All that hatred I had in my mind, as soon as he gave me an extra gig, I was like, sure. What time you want me? What time you want me to? 3 o'clock? Okay, cool. I'm his best friend now. So we did the radio. It was me. I forget who was on drums, but I know Uganda, because that's the first time I met Uganda Okegwa.
Mm.
And it was at a classical station. And afterward, Nicholas said, hey, bro, you want to get something to eat? I said, yeah. And we become friends. I love that man. And you know what? I'm going to say this for record. That man has taught me, listen, it's a huge percentage of my musical vocabulary, how I think about music. Nicholas Payton. Nicholas Payton is the truth. He's the truth. And I would have to say I went to the school of Nicholas Payton, for real, without a doubt. Every time, and let this know, look, his movement, BAM, I'm supportive. I'm very supportive of it. Nick, I'm sorry I keep using the word jazz. It's like the N-word, because I don't like to use the N-word. I'm like a white person when it comes to that. I'm like, I don't say that word, no. But sometimes I do. And I do say it in the heat of anger, because I'm from Chicago South Side, and I do have that South Side growing up in a volatile environment, but mixed with love. It wasn't like that all in the 70s and the 80s, but it was there. It was like festering. Like you growing up in Chicago, you growing up any black person knows growing up in the hood, you're gonna scratch. And all this anti-bullying stuff, that's for the birds. Because if you don't fight, your mom gonna make you fight. Your daddy gonna make you fight. You're gonna pull you out your house. You better fight him.
Yeah.
But you took that, you take that, and then you opened the wound up. That's what you have in Chicago now.
Yeah.
But I did go to school of Nicholas. Nicholas, he's a great man. He's in this world of mediocrity, including myself, when you see somebody, because Nicholas is uncanny. No, he is a true genius. And the word genius has been thrown around so much. This person is a genius. Nicholas Payton. Anybody who knows Nicholas, he'll write orchestras. He's writing symphonies. He plays the piano like I transcribed his shit. He plays the bass. He plays, he's highly intellectual. He's spiritual. He's definitely highly favored by the creator. Yeah. Highly favored. And, because the thing is, when you know something is the truth, you can use it right away. It's not I'll let this fester and then, no. Yeah. If it cannot be applied right away, it's not the truth.
Yeah.
Nicholas Payton is the truth. Because everything that he's shown me and I listen. And there's other people. Sullivan Fortner is the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is, look, whether I like it or not, I'm a piano player. Makes no difference to me. He's playing a pile of piano. Solo piano. There's no one like Sullivan Fortner.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Playing solo piano on that level and improvising.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could play solo piano, but to improvise like where my left hand is just same as the right, no. That is a special kind of person. Mm-hmm. That's something, that's Allah. Allah comes in many different forms. And that's what That's what, you know how many billions of people are on this planet? How many billions of stars there are?
Sure. Yeah.
Billions. So I'm just grateful I'm here and playing music. See, gratitude is we all looking for stuff. We looking for Grammy. We looking for this. We looking for, you know, look, I'm doing this. No, you woke up in the morning, you can play. Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there. Because we only got, from this morning we wake up, we only got 24 hours. If that. That's if you count the hours that you sleep.
Yeah.
So really, each time you wake up, you only have, you know, like we all live in the future. Like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. Let's deal with the day. You wake up and you only got a certain amount of times. How are you going to spend that day? Because this day might not be tomorrow.
Sure.
It might not. We live in a world where that possibility is a reality. I just did a gig with Camille Thurman. As we're doing sound check in Buffalo, a guy is killing people, just like because he don't like Black people. 2 days later, I go and play a duo gig at the Jazz Harlem Museum with Jimmy Green, who lost his daughter in Sandy Hook. Tomorrow's promised to no man. So that being said, how real can I be killed today? Very real. So why don't I concentrate on today? First of all, let me be thankful that I'm up. For real.
Sure.
Now let me take it from there. And then as the day goes, okay, it's been a good day. And be thankful. Not, next week, I hope I get that Grammy. I hope that gig comes through next month. See, they have a saying, while you making playing, God laughs. This is true. And the more we live in this world of COVID and war and all these realities that are horror shows for a lot of people on this planet, but it just ain't came here yet. But it will.
Sure.
It will. But while that day hasn't happened, you think I'm going to be like, I care about a Grammy, getting a Grammy? You think I care about hope I get that such and such award? Listen, these are the last days, straight like that. And I'm not going to spend the last days trying to get a Grammy or caring about getting a Grammy or caring about any of these things that I used to think that were important. Okay, baby. All right. Pick up my laundry when you get it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, couldn't agree more. It's external things, man, you know, but it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but I and for all you ladies out there, I don't talk like that. But no, but this is seriously, this COVID thing has changed me. COVID and all this war, talk of wars and everything. This is real. It's very real. So I'm going to spend my time, I'm going to spend my day loving people, trying to love people, trying not to get angry at bullshit, trying to take advantage of the day, trying to practice. Because you know what? That gig next week might not come. So if I'm going to try to be the greatest musician now, I better get to it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Beautifully said. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 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 Some nice thoughts, man.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing them. Actually, you know, it's
no, it's just listen.
You know,
this is me being 100%, as they say, 100. This is me being 100% real. Yeah, you know, because you know, think about it. Everybody who had plans in the last 2 years, plans was halted.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody was working. So that opened up a lot of doors. That produced sink or swim. Now, some people A lot of musicians, some musicians were like, oh, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do. Motherfucker, get a job.
Yeah.
They always hiring at the post office. Are you playing this music? See, one thing about it is, some dude interviewed me and he said, if you weren't a jazz musician, what would you be doing? I'm like, what do you mean? Jazz? What is that? That ain't no occupation. What book's it? Occupation, jazz musician. What are you talking about? Huh? Who is this cat? You better do this music because you love it.
Mm. Sure.
You better do it because you love it, because you know what? All you people out there playing them licks, expecting paradise, there's no paradise. There are no heroes in this music. You've been lied to. You've been lied to. You've been dangled a couple of jewels and said, this can be you. This can be you. Only thing you have to do is learn these licks. Learn these licks and this can be you. Spend $60,000 a year learning these licks and this could be you. And everybody said, that could be me. That could be me. That could be me. And as everybody's in New York, that could be me. That could be me. Only a couple of motherfuckers up there shooting down at the zombies. Talking about, oh shit, ain't no gigs. Ain't no gigs, so we gonna die. We gonna die. Do you get the picture now?
Oh man. Shit, yeah.
This can be you.
Exactly.
You can live in Manhattan. All this could be yours. Look at me. I'm on 7th Avenue and 14th Street with a doorman playing jazz. This can be you.
Oh shit, man, I cannot laugh anymore. Oh, oh. Okay. That's hilarious.
Look at my plants.
Yeah, exactly.
He has plants. You can have plants too.
Exactly. Oh, shit. It's like a commercial for plants or something. Oh, man.
Come to New York, study jazz,
Exactly.
go broke, and have plants.
Exactly.
Come to New York,
Oh,
where the plants are waiting.
that should be like the New York tourist office slogan, you know. Or something. Oh man. Oh man. Oh Lord. Oh Christ. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah. Thanks.
Hey,
man.
well, seriously, I'm glad you got the rapper. I'm glad you like the album because it is a
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
Oh, and I would like to say, Milton Suggs, thank you for blessing that tune with your lyrics. Those are Milton Suggs lyrics, and it's on the tune of Melancholy Mind.
Mind, yeah, the belt, yeah. Yeah.
And thank you for everybody all Corey Weeds, Jeremy Pell,
Jeremy, yeah, sure.
all the musicians on the record. Glenn, the engineer. I just saw Glenn yesterday at Mesro. But the mixer, Ian Ian Hendrick, the saxophone player.
Okay.
You know, who plays on the Tonight Show. I'm sorry if I. Ian Smith.
Okay.
Hey, what's his name on the record? No, seriously. Do you have the record with you?
I can check. Wait.
Yeah, because I don't want to leave this interview without, because.
Oh, yeah, Ian Hendrickson, sure. Yeah. Ian Hendrickson Smith. Yeah, sure. You got it.
I knew that was his name.
You got it.
But he did a great job mixing the record, and
beautiful.
He's a great saxophone player. He plays on the Tonight Show with the drummer. I can't think of his name either. Hey, but listen, Questlove. Yes. So
but yeah.
Anyway, so thank you.
Thank
you
cool.
for getting the album.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Anthony, for some of these thoughts, man, and for taking the time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks for the music and the honesty and everything, man. Really beautiful.
Not a problem.
I hope to catch you live one day in Europe soon. So.
Are you in Europe?
Yeah, sure.
Where are you from?
Slovenia.
Oh, you're in Slovenia now?
Yeah, sure.
I'm thinking you're in New York.
No.
That we can't do that plant commercial.
No, exactly. That's a good
Your
one.
Your plants are not in. Oh man,
no.
So we got to scratch that. Scratch that New York plant commercial.
Just
he's in Slovenia. I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Because when I'm looking at you, it looks like you're in New York.
Oh yeah.
Your apartment looks like you're in New York.
Oh man, that's cool.
It looks like a New York apartment.
Yeah, it's more like on a hill.
New York. I know people are like, "What is a New York apartment?"
Exactly. And everyone's like, "What? What is he talking about, man?" I know, man.
Hey, but thank you for your support and all the best.
You too, Anthony. Thanks, man.